My lungs are burning, Silas. Why couldn't the man have the decency to die in the town square? Why all the way up here in God's own reach?
Because the town square is for common grievances. This location was chosen for the view, though I suspect the view isn't for us.
There he is, Mr. Gable. I still don't like how he's sitting. Look at him. He looks like he's posing for a portrait.
It is a peculiar thing, the way a man occupies space. We take for granted that a body is a solid, immutable fact. But looking at the late Mr. Gable, one finds that the facts have become untidy. Tell me, officer, what do you find most offensive about this tableau?
Untidy? He's dead, Silas. He's sitting up like he's waiting for dinner. No one should have been able to get up here. The winch gate was bolted from the inside. It makes no sense.
Precision, Constable. Precision is the soul of justice. The eyes are merely an absence. No, the true vulgarity is his posture. A man dying of a heart ailment collapses. A man struck by a blade recoils. But Mr. Gable here is sitting quite upright, despite his heart having ceased to beat 3 hours ago. This was an installation. To rig a body this way requires hours of silence and a key to that gate. We aren't looking for a ghost or a freak accident. We are looking for an insider.
An insider? You think one of the Watchers did this? Why? There's no motive, no struggle. It's just insane.
There is always a pattern, even in insanity. We are going to see Nero. I want to know who has been buying this grade of wiring from the wizard stores.
So we're just leaving him there? Mr. Gable is sitting on top of the roof in the rain while we go chase down copper wire?
Mr. Gable is no longer in a hurry, Constable. The wires, however, are a fresh trail. If they came from the wizard stores, they were locked.
Nero isn't going to like us poking around his inventory. He's sensitive. Especially lately. He's got half the guards blocked from the upper levels of the library.
Sensitivity is often a cloak for guilt, or at the very least, incompetence. Neither interests me. I only want the ledger. I mentioned there might be an insider. If Nero sold those wires to a member of the Watch, I want the name before the sun rises.
And if he didn't sell them, if they were stolen?
Then we're looking for someone who can outsmart a wizard, which makes this murder even more impressive.
Great. Just what I wanted. A smart killer.
Stop. Nero is occupied. No visitors, and especially no exceptions. He told me specifically not to let anyone in. Please, go away.
I don't have the patience for a pile of bones tonight.
Official business of the Watch. We're here about a murder, and the trail leads straight up these stairs. Now are you going to step aside, or do you want to see how far I can kick your rib cage?
4th floor, left door. Just go.
You walk into this tower as if your boots don't carry the filth of the gutter. I advise the king. I map the ley lines. My inventory is a matter of state security, and I do not appreciate detectives sniffing around my private affairs.
We found your wiring, Nero, at a crime scene. You can give us the name on the receipt, or the constable here can bring enough men to turn this tower into a woodpile.
You threaten me? I could turn your blood to lead before you could finish a sentence. But I find your presence tedious. I want you out of my sight. You want my names? Fine, but you sign this first. A binding non-disclosure.
A what?
A gag order, officer. Clause 1. This data is for the investigation of Mr. Gable's death only. Clause 2. If you mention my inventory to a text ministry, the High Council, or anyone outside of this investigation, you lose your voice. And understand this, Silas. My magic is jealous. The moment that contract is violated, I will feel the snap of the band. I will know exactly where you are, when you betray me, and if I have to leave my tower to hunt down a gossip, you wish I only taken your voice.
I've always preferred to let my work speak for me.
Easy for you to say. You don't speak to anyone anyways. Tastes like copper. Happy now?
More like protected. Now get out of my sight.
I'm getting real tired of being handled like a piece of luggage. Hi, advisor. He's a glorified clerk with a glowing stick.
He goes back to the office in a second. Efficiency has its price, Constable.
Efficiency? I've spent 20 years in the watch, Silas. I've bled for this city, and I still get tossed around like a sack of grain by a wizard who thinks he's a god. Look at this office. Look at that body on the roof. The king is off chasing fables in a hole in the ground, and we're here signing blood contracts just to see a receipt.
The receipt has a name. Focus.
I am focused. I'm focused on the fact that the more we find, the more it looks like the people at the top are the ones holding the needle. I'm done being the watch's dog, Silas. Everyone in this city is looking for a way out. Maybe it's time I find mine. I'm going to the barracks to cross-reference this requisition stamp. If it's one of our own, I'm not sure I'm going to be surprised.
Mr. Silas, he's arrived. Gable in the theatre, but you need to hurry. The class is already seated, and the tech industry is asking why we're behind schedule.
Everyone is in a hurry for the end, it seems. Lead the way.
Now just go forward, and after the third pillar, go right. That's where you'll find the class. Mr. Silas, wait! I have a message from the High Watch. King Watch Camp won't be attending the start of the autopsy.
The king has better things to do than watch me peel back skin. I am aware.
It's the labyrinth, sir. That plot of land in the East District? The one that wasn't there yesterday? It's fully formed. A maze of stone and old magic. There's a man inside, a merchant, selling suits of armor that can supposedly stop a cannonball and deflect a curse.
A labyrinth appeared overnight, and instead of sealing it, the king is going in?
He has to. If those suits of armor end up in the hands of the street gangs or a rival lord, the crown is finished. He's taking a vanguard down there now to negotiate for the horde. He said the investigation can't stall, though. He sent a class to watch your work.
A class? He's turned a murder investigation into a field trip.
He wants the public to see that the watch is efficient. The tax ministry even sent a man to make sure we aren't wasting the crown's reagents.
So while the king plays a dungeoneering, I am to be the evening's entertainment. Splendid. The subject is Gable, High Watch officer, caught on the roof of his own barracks, fused to the masonry. Most of you are here to see a horror story. You see a wire and you see blood. I see a blueprint. Look at the entry points along the collarbone. The skin hasn't been punctured from the outside. It's been pushed out from within.
Excuse me. The report said the wiring was external. Why are you cutting into the neck if the trauma is onto the chest?
Who the hell are you to interrupt me?
Calloway, junior auditor for the Ministry of Trade and Revenue. I'm here to verify that the materials recovered from the deceased, specifically the high-grade copper, are properly inventoried for the Crown's repossession. I'm simply trying to understand the discrepancy of your methods.
Sit down, Mr. Calloway. Watch or leave. Roots. It's a root system. This went down not the esophagus while the heart was still beating. It's a seed. The rune carved into the underside of the sternum. It's an ignition point. The moment the organic matter touched the carbonized ink, the silver mercury in the petals reacted. Metallic mycelium. It used the nervous system as a trellis. It travels up the spine, replaced the grey matter, and shot the copper out through the pores to anchor the body to the stone. The anatomy was being converted. A living machine. Nero's copper. Biological trigger. These all look like they fit in with a larger piece. Somebody's building a grid, and we're providing the parts.
The king's death was sloppy, Reesha. A setback. I could not let him rip the words in us. But it did have one use. It was stabilizing my presence in this realm. And now I'm slowly being dragged away by the antimatter. I'm drifting, Reesha. But actually there is one more person here from the world I want to get back to. One more Dada who can help me. You know who that is? Alright, mind control. It's you. I'll be honest, this might kill you. Actually, looking at the readings, it almost certainly will. The friction of the rift alone will likely shred your consciousness. But I'll be fast, I promise. I just need you to hold the anchor long enough for me to get to the time gods. Once I have the core, I can rewrite the damage, probably.
You've been here all night, haven't you? Well, the city didn't sleep either. We've got another one. East sector behind the clock tower.
Found her hovering over the damn thing. Some druid cultist nonsense. I say we lock her up in the tower and let the hangman sort it out.
I was trying to help. It's a blight. Look at the way it's spreading.
It's not a blight, Eris. It's mechanical. I've seen it up close. It's copper and solder. It can't be biological.
No, I felt it. I was forming a connection with it when the guards grabbed me. It was giving off the exact same presence as a living infection.
That's impossible. It's metal. Let her go.
Fine. We are dragging this investigation too much, in my opinion. But what
Then
do
if
I
that
know?
thing
I'm
is
just
indeed made out of metal, it mimics life so well. It makes my skin crawl. It's an insult to life itself.
If it's driving off energy, someone is generating it. Who could build something that mimics life this well?
I'm not sure. But Runkengraben might know.
Who?
Toothless. I felt the first when the fabric of the wall tore open. Then, puncture. I heard the muffled screams of a man being swallowed by his own skin. And then, the sound of metal expanding through him, piercing bone until the scream was just the hiss of steam.
Who is... Enough! This isn't just a blight. It's high-grade engineering. It's built to mimic biological systems perfectly. Eris actually thought it was alive. Who is capable of this? Who knows how to blend complex circuitry with organic patterns well enough to fool a druid?
The seeker of laws, knew of roots. He is the one called the Bananaman.
Bananaman? You're joking. He's one of the most respected researchers in the field, a specialist in bioconductive resonance. I've read his papers. He's a man of science, a lab rat. I can't see him stooping to East Sector street work, let alone wiring up horses in an alleyway.
If he made attack, he's part of this.
Follow the heat, where the copper runs hot and the pulse is steady. He sits at the intersection of the two screens, oblivious to the blood on his hands.
The old filtration plant. He's at the center of the bridge. Eris, thank you. I'm sorry for how the constable acted. You're free to go. Both of you, if you see anything else, find me as fast as possible. Constable, let's go talk to Bananaman. Let's go over it again, from the top. The bioresonance prototypes.
I already told you, Detective. The inventory is a disaster. I filed a report with the board weeks ago. Nobody listens. They think research and development means magic and miracles. It's just physics, high frequency conductivity.
And the breach?
It was a mess, a total security failure. Someone, or something, tripped the primary containment on the lower levels. My lead assistant, Eris, is just gone. Walked out, or was dragged out. 3 of the night shift guards were found in the cooling beds. Horrible way to go. Ruined the pH balance of the entire system.
What about the equipment? Röntgengrabben felt a puncture. You're missing the needle drivers, aren't you?
Needle drivers, 2 spools of copper with thread, 3 resonance stabilizers, and a lot of my personal notes. But that's not the worst part. The test subject. Subject 14. He's the one who caused the havoc. He was mid-integration when the breach happened. He tore the restraints right out of the floor.
You're telling me a man with half-finished wiring in his nervous system killed 3 gods and walked out with your life's work?
I wouldn't call him a man anymore. The rejection rate was 0. He was a perfect match for the conductor. When he woke up, he didn't scream. He just hummed, like a tuning fork. He broke the door, took the files, and vanished into the east sector.
You know who's running the notes? You know who's funding the repairs on these bodies?
I just want my stabilizers back, Detective. Do you have any idea how hard it is to calibrate those without a clean power source? The paperwork alone is going to kill me.
Security breach. I'm chasing a runaway experiment and a thief who likes scrap metal. I'm done with these stories. I want to see the logs for Subject 14. I want the maintenance reports from the night of the breach. Physical proof, now.
That's highly classified data, Detective. Proprietary resonance algorithms. If the board found out I handed over raw data to the local watch, they did pull my funding before the ink was dry. It's for the safety of the research.
People are being soon into the street with your research. I don't care about your funding. Give me the files.
Now, Detective. Let's not be hasty. The good doctor here is a respected citizen. We have protocols for handling sensitive documents. We'll need to cross-reference every request from the central office manifest.
We don't have time for a manifest.
Let's see. Item 402. Copper weave spool. Is it 12 gauge or the 14 gauge, Doctor? This is going to be a very long afternoon if we don't get this detail right.
Oh, exactly. And the 14 gauge has a completely different resonance frequency. I'll have to check the basement inventory to be sure. It could take hours to locate the specific batch numbers.
This is a waste of time. You're stalling.
It's called thoroughness, Silas. Why don't you take a seat? Doctor, start from the beginning of the official years. I want to see every disappeared bolt. Detective, where do you think?
Get away from him! You're safe. Breathe. I've got you.
It's a gang initiation. Has to be. The Steel Hand. Boys are moving into the east sector. This is just a message.
It wasn't a gang. They talked about some architecture. They said it was some kind of load-bearing component. I didn't really understand what they were talking about.
Tell me the procedure. What were they doing with the tube?
They're stabbing me. They're stabbing me with multiple weird contraptions. They said something about waiting for it to root. I think I heard something about when the copper would hit the stomach acid, that it would expand and that it would spread through my veins. Something about becoming part of some grander design.
Who sent them?
I don't have a name for the one in charge. But they're everywhere, Silas. In the markets, in the guard, maybe even in here. They tried to recruit me. They told me I could serve something greater than the king. They said Francium is alive, and that he's coming back to finish what he started. I'm sorry. I'm feeling really sick. Can I take a break?
I did check the archives. If Francium's signature is on those lab logs, we aren't looking for a cult. We're looking for a resurrection. Stay with him, Constable. Lockdown! Shut the gates! They're still in the building. No, not yet. Constable. They were just here. They're still in the halls. How did they get past the front desk?
I saw a shadow heading towards the holding cell. The lockdown failed, Silas. The mechanism's fused.
It wasn't a failure. It was timed. They knew exactly when I'd leave the room. They didn't break in. They were already here.
What are you talking about? Detective? We need to clear the basement.
The breach of the lab. The missing guards reports. The way the guards grabbed Eris the second she touched the body. It's not just a cult in the east sector. It's the Watch. It's everywhere. I'm going to my office. Stay with the body. Don't let anyone touch him.
You've been in here a long time, Silas. The men are starting to talk. You look like you've been through a war. What exactly did you find in those files?
I found out that I was looking for a needle in a haystack, when the entire haystack is made of needles. I figured out this abomination Eris felt isn't just a local cult. It's a network. It has roots everywhere, in the markets, in the schools, and right here, in the Watch. Nobody's safe. Constable, the kingdom is being rewired from the inside out.
If you've truly figured that out, then you're in more danger than you think.
I'm aware.
I didn't want to say anything earlier. I wasn't sure if I could trust you, or if you've already been turned by them. But I had more information, names, locations of large resources where they're storing the copper weaves.
What tell me now?
Because if the Watcher is compromised, you're the only one left with the stomach to finish this. Meet me at the docks, warehouse 12, noon tomorrow. I'll bring the manifest. Just don't tell the others. We don't know who's listening.
The pressure is increasing. The overboard, it's fighting the connection. But the anchor is holding. You're burning up, Reesha, I know. But if I lose the signal now, we're both adrift forever. I have to find the sequence. I have to find the way back. I will be back as soon as possible. I won't let you burn up, I promise. Once we break the threshold, the physical laws will reset. You just have to stay alive until then. Hold the line, Reesha. Don't let go.
Constable, I'm here. Show me the manifest. Oh, don't tell anyone if that's what you're worried about. I know the game. Now come out and show me what you found.
Gods, now that was an epic fight. Truly, it's a shame you couldn't see it. The way the sequence is structured, the sheer scale of the resistance, magnificent. But I have it. I have the first law. The bridge is open. The calculation, it's perfect. It will take a little while for the frequency to stabilize across the nodes in the kingdom, but we are going home, Reesha. We really are.
I've been watching you for a long time, Detective. Every lead you followed, every secret you thought you uncovered, it was all curated.
The watch. The reports. You were in the loop from the start.
We knew exactly who you were the moment you stepped into that first alleyway. My ascendancy is coming. The laws of this world are brittle, and your death will be the final weight that breaks them. You are the last loose thread, Silas. Once you are gone, the circuit will be closed. Look at him! The man who thought he could stop the hum. Now tell everyone.
It has roots everywhere.
Who else did you tell? Who knows our names?
Holloway, Junior Auditor for the Ministry of Trade and Revenue.
I saw the ledgers, Nero. I saw the illegal transactions. The shell companies in the east sector. The fraud is built into the...
Oh, it doesn't matter. You'll still serve your purpose. Wait, what? What's that? What? What is this? Where am I?